Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 489. I'm actually just going to do a little bit more on yesterday's episode 488, adding DKIM to your Google Workspace, DKIM to your Google Workspace. I actually want to talk about the SPF record for your email. I kind of glossed over it. If you had authenticated, if you've already added enabled Gmail on your Google Workspace account, you probably don't need to worry about this. I do want to cover it off because it is one of the 3 records on your domain name that needs to be set correctly for email to get through. And one of the things I find is sometimes SPF gets forgotten or it gets messed up because there's so many things that use SPF and you only have one SPF record on your domain. And everything gets put into that one record, and it's easy to mess it up. It's easy to make a mistake. I've done it. And then when I've gone and checked it, it's like, oh, silly girl. Okay. So I want to talk about SPF and sender protection framework records for your Google Workspace account. Now, I'm not going to go through how you enable Gmail on your Google Workspace account. If you've done it, your SPF record is probably okay. What I'm going to do though is show you what you need to check, where to find the information, and what you need to check on your DNS manager to make sure that it is actually allowing Google to send mail on your behalf, your domain's behalf. So what I've done here is I've actually found the support article on Google for setting up SPF. I will actually put this into the show notes if you're looking for it. It talks about what SPF is. It talks about the things that you need to think. You'll see here it says you've got an example SPF record here. You can gloss over all of this. The reason I've given you this page is come down to this little table here. And it's giving you this table of the formats that you can have if you've got Google Workspace and Amazon. All I want you to look at the moment, don't worry about all of these other SPF records. We are only interested in this one at the top, and we're not even interested in the whole record. What you'll see is that there is common things on the SPF record. We've got the V equals SPF 1, that's the version. And then we have this tilde all at the end. That's how it handles emails that don't match this record. Do they soft bounce it? Do they hard bounce it? Do they reject it? What do they do? The tilde all is the most common one to use. But the most important thing is this string right in the middle where it says include :spf.google.com. I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. This is the thing that you need to look for in your SPF record. I'm going to assume at this point that you've got enough things running that you've already got an SPF record enabled on your domain. You can have one SPF record. If you put another SPF record on, you are going to cause yourself problems because the DNS won't know which one to use. Let's jump across to our DNS manager. I use Cloudflare, as I've explained in other videos. Where your DNS is managed depends on how you're set up. I use Cloudflare. Most of my clients use Cloudflare as a result because I do. Some of you will be using your server to manage your DNS, so cPanel or equivalent. Some of you will have a DNS manager on your domain registrar. So if you're on GoDaddy, you might actually have the domain management module enabled. I'm using Cloudflare. If you're not sure where your DNS is managed, please reach out. I'll give you a hand and see if I can help you find it. We want to change the DNS for Ask Charly Leetham. So we're just going to jump into Ask Charly Leetham here. And under Cloudflare, we go to the DNS manager. Left-hand side, DNS. You'll see here it gives me a whole heap of records. We're not going to go through them all. There is a whole heap of records here. I am actually going to filter for, it's a text record, type equals text. The reason I'm doing that is I've got so many records. You can just do a visual. We'll say apply. And now it's giving me all of them. So what I'm going to look for is the text records here for Ask Charly Leetham that have SPF in them. And you'll notice I've got one, a grand total of one record that has SPF in it. We're going to go and edit it. Now you will see I have a big long string here. I have a lot of things in my SPF record. That's because a lot of things send on behalf of my domain name. What I don't have in this record, as you will note, I've got lots of IP4s, so IP4 colons, IP4 colons. I've got an include, but that's not a Google include. I've got another include, I've got another include, I've got another include, I've got another include. What I don't have is the Google one. So I am just going to, let me do it this way, paste that text that I copied. Now you got to make sure you've got your spaces right. Delete any extra spaces, but you'll see I've pasted in here, include colon underscore spf.google.com, and I've left the tilde all in there. That's what you need to do. If you've already got an existing SPF record, go in and edit the record. Don't go in and change the record, add a new record. SPF records, you can have one off. I'm going to keep saying that one. And then what I'm also going to do here is I'm going to change the time to live for it back to auto. Okay, so that is how you edit your SPF record. Now, if you don't have an SPF record, if you come in and you cannot find the SPF record like I just found it, be very, very certain that you can't find it. Like I said, it will break your system. What I would do is I would come here back to the help article. I would copy the entire record. I'm going to add it in and I'll delete it after. You come in, I'm so quick, come back to your DNS manager, whatever your add record is, click text, choose the type of text. I'm going to use @ for root because it's Ask Charly Leetham, and I'm going to just put in the record, and then I'm going to click save, and that will add that record to my DNS. So I would only ever do this if I didn't already have an SPF record. All right. I know that was a little more confusing, and I'm really going to just keep highlighting you can only have one SPF DNS record per domain name. You can have multiple SPF records on your domain manager if they are for different domains. So you can have, for me, like I can have askcharlyleetham.com. I can have mailsender.askcharlyleetham.com. I can have sites.askcharlyleetham.com, and they can all have and they should all have their own individual SPF records. But for askcharlyleetham.com, or the one domain that you're looking at, you can only ever have one SPF record. Really, really important to remember, and it's good to know. I hope that you can just go in and edit that record and add in the extra pieces of string, or the extra strings that you need to add in, text, strings, extra text that you need to add into that record so that it adds it in and it works for you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's been useful for you. It is one of the things that I do end up helping a lot of people with, because they don't, it's easy to forget that you've got to go and check for your SPF record. It's easy to do that edit and actually mess it up. I've messed up a heap of SPF records doing it and learning as I've gone along. So you're not alone. We all do it. We all make mistakes like that. What do you guys think? Leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. If it was useful to you, please give it a like. Maybe share it out to your people as well, to friends. to friends and colleagues. I was going to say family, but I don't know why your family would want to know to set SPF records on their domain names. Maybe they're in business with you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop my next piece of content, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.